Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new scenery. My park. I thought you might as well have a chat out here. Can you believe what the time is? It's 9:30. It's still sunny. What a beautiful scenery that we have here. So the reason I thought we'd change up a bit is because we've got the World Cup Mexico game happening for us Brits here in England, across the world, happening at 1 a.m. this morning. And am I going to stay up for it? Part of me wants to go to bed, but part of me knows there's nothing happening but that game. I won't be able to sleep anyway. Plus the neighbours will probably keep me up, so yeah, what's going to happen, huh? What do you think? I think that it's going to be a very close call. Now, Mexico are a good team. I mean, they've got to the quarterfinals 4 times. That's their track record. Second to that, the environment that England, that our lads are going to be playing in is very different. 7,220 feet above water. We're not used to that. Humidity we can deal with. Our boys have proven that they can deal with that under very hot conditions, but 7,220 feet. Jeez Louise. Gonna be different. But it will be a challenge that I believe our Englanders, our lads can overcome. Well, I have to believe that, don't I? No, I really do. I think England have a good chance. We're playing on our top level, and hopefully, we're not just leaving it to Harry to bring home the bacon, but we have a good team effort. So, secondly, something that I wanted to point out just came to me is the scourge of many of the negatives of social media. Now, I say this as someone who uploads to it, but I believe it's more for education, for entertainment, whereby which one can learn something. And that's why I started this channel, not to do reaction videos. No beef with anyone that does them. I actually quite enjoy some of them. There's a lady called Christina Randall. I think she does a fantastic channel, and she does reaction videos to sort of, can you call them, criminal documentaries as to the hoo-ha of the mystery, and sometimes it's just simply we already know who's done it and she's analysed that. It's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I've watched quite a few of them. But my point being is that something that I've noticed over these last 10 years is that society is becoming more and more isolated, because more and more people are just addicted to this, to screens, and a digital detox en masse is what is required. I wrote about this a couple of years ago. I put up a link on LinkedIn. I don't think it was sort of too biased one way or the other, but I took it down because I was looking for a job at that time. A friend of mine told me, LinkedIn's got to be all corporate. But what I was talking about there, which I think has become even more prevalent now, is how social media is polluting, especially the young'uns' minds, into making content purely for what is the quickest, surefire way of getting likes, getting views, and as a such, they end up doing these kids immoral things. There was this lad I was watching. He's a boy. He was certainly acted like one, doing the most dumbest things on live streaming, pranking, and then it just, the problem is because of Twitch, these platforms have much more of a broader scope for allowing ridiculous, borderline criminal behaviour to be streamed live, and it allows for the floodgates. And of course, he got arrested. I'll put the link down. I can't remember his name now, but I'll put a link down in the description from something that I watched today, because he was even going up to police officers in the US to try and get a reaction. Idiot. You know, he's just going about doing their job, and they've got this numpty just trying to get a reaction for likes or whatever. Nonsense. So there you have it. And in terms of the phone, how many times do you think you touch this a day? I don't know. I'm not going to assume. I find it irritating when people, assume what I do. It's like, oh, the reason that you're not where you want to be is because you do this or you do that. So you don't even know me. I might have achieved what you've already suggested that I haven't done. These YouTube videos that you see pop up, it's ridiculous. But I'll tell you the facts as per a survey that was done. It was published on Brussels Times a few years ago, and they said that on average, people touching their phone per day. Do you want to guess? Go on, give a guess. It'll be fun. Say what? No. Or maybe you got it right. I doubt it though. 2,617 times a day. And that was in 2022. I think it's gone up now. I think it has. And that's just the average user. That's not even taking into account how much screen time you have. And you think about it, right? You got screen time at work if you're an office worker, and then you come home and a lot of people watch TV or stream or whatever. It's just so much of our lives now. It's just like watching a screen, So I've come up with a rule, because we're all part of the process. But I personally have found something that came as an inspiration to me today, this evening, is right, fair enough. I've got to look at a screen for work or whatever the case may be in situations. But how do I, not delineate as such, but reduce the screen time? So what I'm thinking now is, before I pick up the phone, right, unless someone's calling me, it's obvious, what's the purpose? And if the purpose isn't something other than it's aligned to helping me move forward with my objective, I'm going to do my best not to do it, because otherwise we can just easily get into that. Well, WhatsApp was created for that, a dopamine rush. You've got to turn off your notifications, otherwise they notify you every time some person just says something on a group chat which could have 200 people in. Be quiet, I say, to WhatsApp. Ridiculous. So that's my other thought on that matter. Far too much time is taken up, and I know this because I can, on the weekend or what have you, go down the rabbit hole watching crime documentaries, but at the end of it, it just feels a bit dirty, it's just, what a waste of time. So but then I think, I think I've learned something from it. Have I really though? Nah. It's not like I'm watching it in order to get better at being Sherlock Holmes. Do you know what I mean? It's just me trying to justify something that really is overall for the birds. It's alright to watch one, but you don't want to get carried away, is what I mean. Anyway, what? Say what? Okay, yeah, prediction. I think it's going to be a real tough game. I would love to say it isn't going to be, and we'll walk through it, but because of the conditions, paying for it in a sense, away from home, which of course tends to be the case in the World Cup, but I think it's with the hosts as well over there, and it's way above water. Our lads are not used to that. So, to cut a long story short, my answer for you is 3-2. I think there's going to be a lot of goals, or 1-0 to England, but I'm going to go with 3-2 because I've got to make a choice, right? Yeah, be good to know what you think. And well, you probably won't know. We won't know until we find out. But I was also going to say you probably won't tell me. You just want to keep it up here, right? Yeah. You'll let me know when one of these videos go viral. Or not. We'll see. Maybe one day. Anyway, alright. I'll cut it out now because gotta get back. Call the old ball and chain 5,000 miles away. I'm only joking, she's not ball and chain. She's a lovely girl. Right, over and out. Ciao.